Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Gamebloom. You're back with Matt, and today we're going to be doing some more Saturday gaming. Now, what you may be surprised to know is that it's not a free PS Plus game this week. And that's purely because I found something better. Now, what the story behind this is I was sat at my parents' house the other day, and my little brother was like, "Hey Matt, do you want to play some Colin McRae Dirt?" And I just kind of thought to myself, that's a game I haven't played for a while. Let's give it a go. And basically I fell in love with the game again. Like, I had it originally when it came out the first time, and I just picked it up and went, this game is amazing. I see. Now it does have the career mode, it's also got the rally world, but the championship mode is the one that we're going to be featuring today. And basically, what this is it's sort of a full rally. So obviously you got your career mode, which does all the events, and your rally world, which does individual events. But as you can see, this one does the full rally. In this case, we're going to be doing the UK rally because it's the UK, we live in the UK, so it's home soil. Hopefully, we should get a victory on it. We'll just do the short one, we don't want the video to take like an hour, and we're going to be doing it on Clubman difficulty. Now obviously, with this event, you can select from all of the different rally cars, but what we're going to do is we're going to go for the four-wheel drive class, and the car we're going to drive is the Lancer Evo 9. Now I will say, this is possibly one of my favourite cars ever. Like, literally. But, we'll talk more about that later on, don't worry, I'll bring that back up. So, obviously how this works is you've got 2 races first, and then you come back to the service area, and then another 2 races, back to the service area, and then you go into a final crossover race. As you can see, the one thing I did like about this game was the loading screens, like, showed you stats as you were going through the game. As you can see, the distance travelled 507.1 miles. That's quite a way. But yeah, so basically, like, as you were going through it, you saw your updating stats as you were completing the game, which I thought was quite a good idea. That's the best stat right there. And I'm about sort of halfway through. We used to play this. I got the game back in maybe 2007, 2008. Just after it had come out. But let's jump into this race. Oh, we've been hit by the massive please reconnect controller there. Oh, this is a great start, great start. Hopefully it doesn't knacker up my driving. It might have done, Oh, I blame the controller. I literally blame the controller for that. No, I mean, rally games have been something that I've sort of always played, like even back to the PS2 when you got Colin McRae World Rally Championships. That was a great game, and then all the Dirt series and stuff like that. So I am quite familiar with rallying. I do enjoy watching it a bit on the side, sort of like the actual rallying rather than the games and rallying. But I sort of know what I'm doing. I mean, my driving might tell you otherwise later on, but who knows. That corner there though did it? That was awesome. I'm so proud of that. It's just a sign of things to go downhill from here though, really, isn't it? Yeah, like that. Back on the track. You know, as I say, we are doing the UK rally. We're on the Clubman level, so there is damage. So sort of as we go through the course, the more things I hit, the more broken my car gets. Hopefully, we won't suffer terminal damage at any point where something completely breaks. But you never know. I mean, who knows these days? I could hit. There's plenty of trees in the UK, so I could hit one of those, or I could hit like a mini wall in the field or something. We'll see. If I take corners, carry on taking them like that, then it's gonna be pretty likely I'm gonna hit something. So hopefully we'll learn from that corner and get better. Second split. See how well we're doing. Thought it was just after that corner, a bit further around. Oh, that's not bad. A nice gap between us. Hopefully we can keep that gap. I mean, as with like actual rally, your time over the rally sort of gets consecutively larger. So if we were like 10 seconds ahead at the end of this race, and then 10 seconds ahead again at the end of the next stage, we'd be 20 seconds ahead in the total rally. So sort of the bigger difference we can make in the first race, the better, because then we can take that in. And if we have like an appalling issue like that, like slide got just the better of me there. But if that does happen, then we've got that 16 seconds to back ourselves up, which I think is quite handy. Obviously later on, like if we have an appalling stage and crash 3 or 4 times within the stage, then we may use the stage time on that and the 16 seconds that we had there. Hopefully, looking at that, I don't think at the moment we're going to have any issue with this stage. I think this stage is pretty much well and secure. Start going into the last sector of it. Through the gate. Oh no, no, no! Ouch! And that's where the 16 seconds come from, guys! Yeah, that's right, I hit a pole. I was like so ready to like drift under the bridge and it was gonna look awesome, and then that pole was like, no. It effectively was like, no, Mike, you're not gonna do this today.
150, left 2.
Oh god. Last part of the race. Take out the sign. Oh! What I was meant to do there was drift and sort of hit the sign with my back end and send it flying, you know, like you can do on like GTA. Signs on this game, a little bit harder. But, there's the first stage.
We certainly showed them a thing.
Yeah, we did, co-driver. That was the first stage. We managed to get the win from it and set a personal best as well, so I'm not complaining at that. We're not quite number 1 in the world yet though. It's probably hurt by the appalling start we had. Let's jump into stage 2, guys. Hopefully we'll start this one off a bit better. Hopefully we don't have the dreaded reconnect your controller issue that we had at the start of the last one. Oh, we just got a tight corner. Oh, there's a tree though. The tree seems to... Okay, let's just get this straight for a second, guys. The tree got knocked down easier than a metal sign. This is a tree that's in the ground. I don't understand. But at least it did slow me down a little bit. Hopefully I hasn't like knackered the front of my car or anything. Take out another pole. One thing I do like is obviously you've got the 2 stages between the repairs. So anything that I suffered in the first stage, I still have on my car now. So like if I knackered my drive shaft or my suspension up, then this race I'd be racing with a dodgy drive shaft or dodgy suspension. Looking at it, it doesn't seem to have bothered us that great at the start. Go through the chicane. Oh, that was nice and sweet. Nearly touched the gate, but we got away with it. But yeah, so as you, like when you saw at the start of the stage, my car was relatively beaten up. And it's probably to do with the give way sign and that pole next to the bridge. So hopefully, when we finish this stage, we've got enough time in that service area to repair a bit of damage to our car. I'm hoping so at least, because otherwise we're having a bit of an issue. You notice the car sort of slowly leaning towards the right, but obviously not enough for me to be able to not do that, because that was an awesome corner. With the side of rallying, oh no, I was like ready to go into an awesome steal there, and then the sign just went, nope, you're alright, Matt. Yeah, broke in front of my car. That's probably damaged my wheels quite a bit actually. Probably not. I just missed the corner. I missed the corner. Go back, go, go, go! Faster! No, I do like, so with the rallying, there's sort of 2 sides to it. You've got the clear long open stretches, and then you've got the really technical turns. I have to say, I think personally, I prefer sort of the technical turns where you're doing 3 or 4 turns. Sort of like this section here, but just like on a bigger scale. Because I prefer to drive, like I feel it's got a lot more handling at the lower speeds, the Evo. See like that. Brilliant. Whereas if you're going for like longer, then you have to get to the corner, slam on your brakes and then think about it. You've got a lot less time to do it. But, I mean, I don't even need time to reset there. Something I do like, right, it doesn't have like flashbacks like you get in like Forza, but it does have sort of a reset button, so the moment you go off you just like hit start, select reset vehicle, and it puts you back on track. Obviously you do get a bit of a time penalty because you still hit the object, but in this case it doesn't really matter. So it's just a bit quicker than like slamming into the wall, reversing back out, and driving off again. Well, I found it's quite a decent feature. Clip the edge there. But no, with regards to like my favourite car being the Evo, I think it sort of all started with the Evo 8. Like when me and my little brother used to play Colin McRae, he used to always like be a fan of the Subaru Pretzels, and I was like, well, I can't be the same as Pete. What else is there? Oh, I just hit that. And that's sort of it was Subaru versus Evo, and I just kind of thought that Evo looked better. So as we're coming to the end of this and win it as usual, yeah, I kind of.
We were the best because we
I
were
mean,
the
that's a bit
fastest.
obvious, that one.
Brilliant.
We're the best because we're the fastest. No. Yeah. So I kind of took the Evo 8 over the Impreza, and I've just kind of stuck with it ever since, I think. Like, it's always looked better in my opinion, in this case the Evo 9, and then going on to the Evo 10, they're just getting better and better. But, let's jump into the third race. Or third stage, sorry. Oh no, sorry. We're in the service area, not the third race. So what we can do here is obviously this damage repair tab, and what this does is it shows all of your pieces of equipment on your car that are damaged. As you can see, they've got percentages next to say how much, and then a time at the other side. You've got 60 minutes of time to repair most of the damage. You see each one takes off a bit of time as you do it. And basically, just repair as much as you can within it. Obviously you can't go over the 60 minutes, but you can keep it under. We managed to get a spot on there though, so that's handy. And as you can see on the top there, our total damage has gone down by a load, down 4%. Right, now we're in stage 3, guys. We got there eventually. As you can see, obviously a lot of the damage to our bodywork has been fixed with us doing that. We look a bit nicer. The car seems to handle a bit more, it's got a bit more punch in it. Looks like we've got a bit more acceleration as well, which is nice. It can still off-road though. Oh no. Oh. You know when you see something coming and you're like, how can I avoid this? And there's just like no way you can. That's how I felt there. It's like, oh, I'm gonna. No, I didn't. But this race has got quite a technical start. Nice slide there. I kind of worry that there was an ambulance parked up. It's like, if I was gonna crash, I probably would have crashed there, I reckon.
150, crest, right 5, long, and left 4.
Perfectly-ish. Ooh. Just ahead on the first split there. Hopefully what we can do is we can race these next few sections quite well and get a decent stage.
Right 6.
I think we're up about sort of 30 seconds at the moment, so I don't see us massively losing it. But I mean, the more points the better, really. It kind of gives me a bit more time at the end, sort of in the final stage.
Crest and right 4. 60.
Oh, airtime. Oh, I landed that perfectly. I was expecting to like sort of land and then skid off into the field, but somehow Evo found grip and it managed to hold on. Oh, look at that, see. Massively increased that gap. Far better.
60, right 5, over crest. 80.
Now one thing I do see a lot of people are like, oh, let's reset there. Yeah, I don't think there's any more than talking about that one. What I do like about this is the co-driver. Yeah, like you can select like a simple co-driver, so he just goes medium, left, right, and all that lot. But I've got the co-driver on the technical setting, so he does give you all the details, like you get right 1 to 6 and 40 crests. And I find that's quite interesting. Like, I know personally, as I've gone through the rally games, I've sort of got used to what each one means, and like the numbers, how tight the turn is, and crests where it's raised and all that. And I quite like that. I think at one point I actually wanted to be a co-driver, because I mean I do drive regularly, but I wouldn't imagine driving a rally. It looks amazingly technical. Oh, I thought that corner was far shorter than it was. Yeah, it looks really technical, so I'm like, well, if I'm not really a fan of rally, if I'm a fan of rally, I'm not really a fan of driving, then a co-driver would be quite a cool thing to do, but I kind of just never got around to it. But still, I mean, it's one of those things that like one day you sit down and you go, I want to do something different today. Let's do some co-driving. While I hit a tree. I probably should have reset there, but I mean, the time that I'm ahead, I can get away with that. You know, I'm sure you've noticed by now, like 15 minutes into the video, that I go through phases of driving in this game. Like I'll do a complete stage and I'll race it amazingly, and then I'll do that and just smash into a bunch of logs, and like for the next few corners I'll be like really appalling, and then like get back in my groove. And it's a weird thing I've found. Like I can either be really good or really appalling. I think that's why I sort of stick around the amateur clubman level, because I have finishes like that. Like if I was so good constantly, I'd probably race on the amateur or like the pro-am level, but because I'm prone to parts where I'm really appalling, I think that the clubman and amateur is sort of the best one for me. Oh, I've got a nice distance now, nearly like a minute ahead. Hopefully we've got that minute gap now between us and Colin McRae in second. So hopefully, like even if we have an appalling stage in this stage, we should still be able to hold it off, I reckon. I mean, obviously we want to get the best stage we can. We don't want to throw it away in the final stage, but I think this at least gives us a bit of a gap, so I can do stuff like that and not drive on the track. No, oh, it's slipping. Somehow we survived that. Not quite sure how, to be honest. Oh, drive on here. It's like the track. I mean, it's not grass, so we could probably get away with it. It did slow us down quite massively, that though. Luckily, it seems like quite open, so at least we can open the Evo up and take it off road. I mean, it is a rally, so we are built to off-road, but I mean, I don't really anticipate going on the grass is helpful. I like the fact that I've worked out that you can sort of get flat out on like a 5 or a 6 corner, so the moment it hits a 4, like you have to brake. So it's not when you're going flat out and all of a sudden someone goes, your co-driver goes, left 4, you're like, damn it, I've got a brake. I'm losing all of this momentum that I've already got. Bit of a pain. Two-wheel in it. Nothing like 2 wheels to help you get around the corner. Right. I knackered it. I've knackered it. I'm backward. Reset there. I was going so well as well. I was powering through this sector in the hope that I was like 0.084 seconds behind them or something like that at the end of sector 2, so hopefully, like regardless of the fact I spam, I should be ahead of them. Oh no. Still behind them. Nice fish, that's not good. We're gonna power through this final sector, guys. We will not be beaten on the final stage. Look at that. Nice. Could have done with a drift, could have gone for a drifter style, but I thought, you know, we'll play it safe, I'd rather go around it quicker than more likely to smash through a wall. Bridge, thread the needle. Oh yeah. I'll get close to the end, go on, rev it. Speed, power. Go on. Oh, that was so close. That was definitely well fought for that one. I think we were ahead to the first section and behind for sectors 2 and 3. Somehow, we managed to pull it back. So luckily we didn't need those seconds. So close though. No, we've pulled about a minute away, which is nice. So hopefully what we're going to do is we're going to jump back into the service area as sort of our last little fixie car session. See what we can do to it. Oh, there's quite a lot of it broken. Yeah, probably should get rid of the cooling system. Yeah, and there were the 2 main ones. What else have we got? 20 minutes. I'll do the drive shaft maybe. Yeah, or the turbo actually. The turbo could do with a hand. Oh, we could do both. Oh, we've got 20 minutes. Let's do both. Fuck it. Right, let's go into the last race. The last race of a rally stage is always quite cool because it's a crossover race rather than a rally race. And what your crossover is basically, it's one track, but it's built like 2 tracks. So a lap of it is effectively 2 laps of the circuit, and you sort of racing against a person doing, effectively, they're like starting halfway around and in the middle you cross over. It's quite hard to explain, but I mean once we're actually into the race, I'll explain it and show you at the times when I can talk about it. Go. Do this. Go for the epic victory. So you can see, it's 2 tracks, but each one's on like a slightly different track. Like you see, he takes a wider turn there, whereas I cut it nice and tight. And then later on, sort of halfway through the race, I'll race on the other track and he'll race on this track. So they're not exactly the same length, but you do race the same length. Thanks to now I'm going to turn around while he's going a lot wider. And then that bridge you see, I'm going under it. Or I would when my controller reconnected. I'm going to go over the bridge, under the bridge, sorry, and then he's going to jump over it. And so once I've done my lap and I've got back to the start finish, I'm taking the lap that goes over the bridge and he's going under it. So as you see now, he is like slightly tying with me. But in reality, one of us is further ahead because we've taken the longer route. If you look, I'm pulling ahead even though he's like right there. Now I'm on the other side of the track. I have to take the longer route effectively. So he might be right beside me, but in reality, he's a couple of seconds down on me, which is quite nice. Hopefully we can boss this lap and just like get the ultimate finish to the rally. So I mean, it would be nice to win. I've seen this is going on YouTube. Oh, that was sweet. He went under it just as I was going over it. Oh, we pulled out a gap now. There's no going back. We've got the victory. We must have. Okay, Matt. You said that now. Don't crash. Don't crash. Play it safe. Play it safe. Yeah!
No one came close. Winners by a mile.
Yeah, we did, mate. We won the crossover, which I think means, like, regardless of the rally times, like, we won anyway. If anything, that crossover win just, like, settled our victory. I'm still 100,000th in the world, but we did win by over a second, so maybe I should have done that on amateur. Well, that might be a thing, guys, is if you want to see this happen again, if you want to see a bit more racing, a bit more rallying on the channel, leave a comment down below.
You're getting better and better.
We smashed it. We won the first place. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave us a like, a comment if you want to see more of it. Don't forget to subscribe to see content from like not only myself but Andy and JT as well as anyone else who's like taking part in a friendly or reverses on the channel. I've been Matt. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.